We are very pleased to be joined by our player of the game. She is a junior from Chesterfield, Virginia, Dejah Carter, who ties her career high today in rebounding with 9 to go along with 4 points and giving Old Dominion, as a result, a 66-39 win. And Dejah, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You have been on the rise here in the last week here.
Yes, sir.
Before we get into your play in the last week, take us through the off-season. It's my understanding you suffered an injury during the off-season.
Yes.
What's that process of getting back to 100% been like for you?
So yeah, in the off-season, I had a little injury with my I had a nerve issue in my back that caused me whenever I get really fatigued. I get fatigued a lot faster in my legs, and they would go numb. So I'm obviously was working during the off-season, had a lot of rehab, a lot of therapy. I'm still trying to get back to where I feel 100%. But yeah, it was a rough time, but I've been working hard, and Coach told me I just got to go through the process, and that I'll find my rhythm back. And from last week, it's starting to show, and I'm really excited to see where it's going to go from there.
What's been the big thing that's changed for you here, at least in recent days, that you've really kind of hit and started to look more like what we saw from you last year?
Well, through practice and everything like that, I just feel a lot more confident. Just from staying after and getting more one-on-one work with Coach Keith, our post coach. I've just been feeling a lot more confident with myself, and a lot of support from the fans and my coaches and my teammates especially. They just keep my heart up, and they bring me a lot of encouragement. So I've been just feeling really good about myself.
So with that in mind, from a confidence standpoint, what did that performance off the bench at Western Kentucky do for your confidence?
One of the things that Coach Keith was just really telling me is just to be a big target, and I think that was a big emphasis, and just going after every single rebound. Because in practice, I've been on the scout team, so I get to play with the guys a little bit. And Coach was telling me before practices, just go after every rebound, because that's what the girl from Western Kentucky would do, would just go after every rebound. So as I'm simulating her, I'm also working on my game at the same time, and it was showed. Kentucky.
Your 9 boards, a lot of them came in the early stages today at FIU. It helped to really set the tone for you all to not only build a lopsided lead, but eventually take control on the boards when someplace that FIU is really not known for being very good at, except for on the defensive end, but you all started to wear them down. Mm-hmm. What things were you focusing on today, and how were you all able to find that success inside?
Well, we knew that we were going to have a big presence inside, especially with they're number 14, so we just we're already prepared to know that they're going to try to get it inside, that was one of their ways of playing the game. So, practicing and everything like that, we just were focusing on just pushing her up the block or just fronting her if she got too deep. But as far as personally, I just always had the mentality of just try to go after every single rebound and don't let my man get the rebound.
Tell me before we let you go, what's been the focus or the mission here for this team as you go on this trip to Florida? And I remember earlier today when scout coach Scepter Brownlee was talking about not falling in the trap. Mm-hmm. How much does that resonate with you and the rest of your teammates this week as you go to the Florida schools in this conference?
Well, we had a winning streak of 3, and we just had to tell ourselves not to get complacent with that, and don't let it get to our heads, because that does happen with teams around in our conference, where they just they win, and then they get kind of used to it. And so Coach Chief was just basically emphasizing that don't get complacent, look at every game as the next game, and just have the same mentality for that. As far as being on the road, we're not at home, so when we're on the road, we got to take care of that too.
Well, be ready, Dejah, because I can tell you right now, Florida Atlantic is running over Charlotte right now on their home floor. So we'll talk a little bit more about that with Coach McCray. But it's great seeing you step up here in the last week or so. Keep it going.
Thank you so much.
Dejah Carter, our player of the game, 4 points, a career-high tying 9 rebounds, as Old Dominion gets to 15-3 overall, 5-1 in Conference USA with a 66-39 wire-to-wire win, their 5th of the year. This one coming against FIU. And, Coach, your impressions?
Well, good overall win. I thought defensively we were good. We played many different lineups. We had our bigs in there. Fourth quarter we only scored 8 points, but we had lineups in there that typically don't play together. We wanted to manage some clock. But like I said, I was really pleased with, just the overall effort. We rebounded the ball. We got stops when we needed to. We're not shooting the ball particularly well right now. That is of concern because we got shooters, and for whatever reason, we're not knocking down shots. Thought we were a little bit better from the free throw line tonight, 66%. That was an emphasis, but I know we got to hit shots. We got to make free throws. We talked about layups and free throws on the road, and we talked about defending and rebounding. And I thought for the most part we did that.
Taylor Edwards seemed to set the tone with those 6 quick points. How important was that to get that inside game going against FIU?
Well, I think, she dictates pace. For Taylor, it's just understanding what we're doing defensively. And she was on someone, so I had to quickly sub her, even though she was giving us production. I wanted her to see someone that in Amaya that can do the things that I'm asking her to do defensively. And then I subbed her back out because sometimes she's a visual person. But, just overall good game. I thought, Dejah Wayne was solid, 4 for 10. Those were good shots. We didn't really force any shots tonight. But, we got a quick turnaround. Got to go to Boca Raton and get FAU.
Talk about the 2 others that logged double figures. Dejah Wayne, who led your team with 14 points. That actually led all scores. And then also you mentioned Amaya Register. Yeah. Talk about what she brought to the table today for your team.
Well, I mean, she hit some threes. She was really calm. She's just getting her legs back underneath her, and I told her this was probably her best overall game. And just defensively managing our team. What she does for our team, you just can't teach. I get on her, and she has so much pride in her game and just wanting to do things right. And I just have to be a little bit patient because she's not in practice all the time. So her experience is coming from the game. But I think as a coach, I'm like, you should know this, but she really has to get reps at it.
What about Weezy?
I thought she's been playing at a really good pace. I like that. She's not forcing shots. She's defending. She's rebounding. And she's getting rest in practice. So those things are really good for her. Because I know we don't have, we don't have our starters sometime in practice, but, it's really good that we're able to still get some stuff accomplished.
Dejah Carter joined us, our player of the game, tied her career high with 9 rebounds to go along with 4 points. We talked with her for much of the interview about her road back to getting to 100%. What's this last week, in your view, been for her? How important has it been for her and the rest of this team?
I think it's been good because she's been on the scout team. She's getting more reps. I think she's getting in shape. She's getting her legs underneath her. She's fresh. I think this is the time of year where you want someone like her to start coming into her own and seeing how I can make a difference. Marie is still getting adjusted to the physicality of the game. So I think Dejah sees that and like, hey, I got to come in and do my part. But all 3 of our post players, they're doing a really good job of just, playing off of each other and giving us something different. Ashley gives us defense in the beginning. Marie may come in and give us some scoring. Dejah comes in and gives us scoring and defense, and now she's rebounding the ball.
And aside from, you win by 27. That's great. You're now 15-3 overall, 5-1 in conference play. But what things concern you, or maybe are things that you're going to be looking toward working on as you continue to try to perfect what you all are working on as a team here as you turn the page with a motivated and now confident Florida Atlantic team coming up Saturday?
Again, I think, our defense is ahead of our offense. So, just offensive execution. We're having empty possessions, and it will kill us on the road, meaning there's stretches where we go and we don't score. And we're getting something at the rim and we don't make the layup, or we get fouled and we go one from the free throw line. Like those things, hurt you. Just from a defensive standpoint, just being able to guard one-on-one without fouling. That's our bread and butter. We got to keep people in front of us. I thought they attacked the baseline entirely too much against us, but that's just being locked in.
You also really minded your hands quite a bit, and as a result, season low in steals with 2. They really didn't come until about the last 12 or 13 minutes in the game. Is that concerning at all there to you, the fact that, yes, you won by 27, but it wasn't so much with what you all have mainly done, and that's turned defense into offense?
Definitely. We got people that are just instinctively get steals. I thought Amari got herself in foul. She got 2 quick fouls, and, so she didn't play a whole lot. And she ignites that. We didn't press today. Asia Wayne, again, you got people that normally generate some steals for us, Mariah. So they were in different positions, and but our defense is pretty solid. It's definitely ahead of our offense, which is we're still a work in progress. We still have tons of room to grow, and we just gotta find that rhythm with an offense where it doesn't matter what defense they throw at us, what play we put in, we know we can get a bucket with a certain play.
Coach, 1 win down, 1 to go. We will see you in Boca Raton on Saturday.
Thank you.